Derrick Lewis and Ciryl Gane for the UFC interim heavyweight belt. The main event of a pay-per-view right here. Absolute banger. We know one of the most powerful fighters, regardless of division, pound for pound right here, in Derrick Lewis, with, I believe, the most knockouts in UFC history. The man is he's an absolute powerful fighter in this heavyweight division. Knocking out Curtis Blades with an amazing uppercut right down the middle when Curtis went for the takedown in that second round, knocking out Alexei Oleinik, knocking out Alexander Volkov in the third round, Marcin Tybura in the third, Travis Brown in the second, Shamil Abdurrahim in the fourth, Gabriel Gonzaga in the first, Victor Pesta, third round knockout, first round knockout win right there, second round knockout win. I mean, he has so much power. I know it is the heavyweight division, of course. If it's a heavyweight division, you're going to have a lot of power, but Derrick Lewis has a lot more power than the normal heavyweight fighter, because I mean, Ciryl Gane, he has some decent power in his hands, but you look at a guy like Derrick Lewis compared to Ciryl Gane, Derrick Lewis has a lot more power than Ciryl, but this is going to be a banger of a fight in the heavyweight division. Ciryl Gane having a 1-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage, which is going to help, it's going to help him a lot land his jab in the fight, land his 1-2s, land his leg kick, all that type of stuff. I mean, his jab is one of the fastest jabs I've ever seen from a heavyweight fighter. It is absolutely insane. He has amazing movement for a heavyweight fighter, amazing speed for a heavyweight fighter as well. An undefeated fighter in this heavyweight division as well, with 9 wins and 0 losses. Over Alexander Volkov, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Junior Dos Santos, Tanner Boser, and then a couple of other guys as well. How is he getting his wins? 3 knockout wins, 3 submission wins, and 3 decision wins. So I have no idea how he's going to win the fight. I do think Ciryl Gane will end up winning the fight, but I have no idea how. I mean, he varies that up on how he wins. I mean, in main event fights with Jairzinho and then with Alexander Volkov, he's kind of becoming more of a decision type of fighter. But before that, he got a lot more finishes than he's getting now against the main event type of fighters. But do I think he can finish Derrick Lewis? Yeah, it's definitely a good possibility. But I don't know. I think the fight's gonna go all the way. I think if Derrick Lewis is gonna win, of course it's gonna be a knockout win in the first, second, or third round. If Ciryl Gane's gonna win the fight, it's gonna be like a 50-45, 50-45, and then 50-44 dominant unanimous decision or something like that. But he's the faster fighter. He's the better mover around the cage. He's gonna have the height advantage, the reach advantage. All of that does not matter when one punch of Derrick Lewis lands, of course, but overall, if the fight does go all the way, Ciryl Gane will end up winning. But again, one punch in this heavyweight division with the guy with the record for most knockouts in the heavyweight division of all time in Derrick Lewis. One punch landed from Derrick Lewis gets him the win. Only one. It's not going to take a 1-2 to knock him out. It could literally be a jab from Derrick Lewis that can knock out Ciryl Gane. I mean, watching that last fight with Curtis Blades, dude, I literally, when I saw that uppercut, I thought Curtis Blades was dead. Like, it was the hardest uppercut I have ever seen in the UFC by far. He literally got hit, and he was limp immediately right when it hit his chin. But Derrick Lewis, the most powerful fighter, maybe besides Francis Ngannou right here, but overall, this fight for the UFC interim heavyweight belt. So Ciryl Gane, one of the fastest fighters, one of the best movers in the heavyweight division, the most elusive striker in the heavyweight division, only 31 years old, in the prime of his MMA career, the height advantage, the reach advantage, everything like that. So I am going to go Ciryl Gane to win the fight by a 50-45 decision. He can definitely get a finish, but I'm going to go Ciryl Gane by a decision right there. Again, I don't know if I bet on it, because Derrick Lewis, his odds against Curtis Blades were very, very similar to the minus 350 odds. I mean, I believe they're even worse than the Ciryl Gane odds. I mean, let's check right here. The odds for the Curtis Blades, minus 400 for Curtis Blades, and he landed the knockout. This one, he's even less of an underdog, and he can still land that uppercut. I mean, it's going to be a crazy fight in this heavyweight division, but I think Ciryl Gane is going to dominate the fight on the feet and overall win the fight by a decision. But again, one punch lands, and the fight's over. But overall, I think Ciryl Gane will become the new interim champion in the heavyweight division and fight Francis Ngannou for the belt, maybe in January, maybe in February, or something like that. Or maybe they just put him on the UFC 269 fight card. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But either way, I think Ciryl Gane wins this fight, and I think he loses to Francis Ngannou in the main event, if that fight does eventually happen from the interim belt right there. But overall, we still got to get past the Ciryl Gane and Derrick Lewis fight before we talk about about Ciryl Gane versus Francis Ngannou, but overall, really solid fight in the in the heavyweight division right here for the UFC interim belt right there. Overall, I'm gonna go a decision win for Ciryl Gane right there. Should be a really good fight in the heavyweight division right there.